Well, we're done with the unboxing. Did I miss that? Oh, God. Yeah. I like to do that immediately when a knife comes in the mail. Yes. The Naska. This is an interesting knife, and you can get this in a regular drop point, if that's what you want to call it, and or tanto, and they're pretty inexpensive. I mean, White Mountain Knife. So LTK is your discount code. It's not 282. It's 170. No, it's not even 170. It's 10% below that. What's that? About a $1.53? S35 CPM crucible powder metallurgy super steel S35 VN. And here's your kind of your stats. 8.5 inches, 3 3/4 inch. Holy crap, they went over 3.5 inches? That's insane, right? I mean, that's about how it goes these days. Okay, and it's APK Designs, 4.4 ounces. Pretty lightweight. We'll get into that here. But just as a reminder, if you're a tanto person, knocked upon Gry, right? You got choices here. Now, me, I'm not really. I mean, it has to be the kind of knife that needs to be tanto. This is not. So, comes in a box, by the way. You spent a lot of time on the box. Get out of here. But it's a front flipper. And I mean, there was, most people, when I posted this on my Instagram and Facebook, they liked it. But a couple were, hey, if it doesn't have thumb studs and a top flipper and a cutout and a fuller, and I can't open it 20 different ways, then, to me, I'm fine. Okay. So, sometimes it's nice. And I think one person did make that remark. It's like when you jumble it up with a whole bunch of tabs and dumb, you call them dumb studs, then you're just cluttering the design of the knife. And it's cluttered enough using a front flipper tab. Actually, this knife would be really nice just like that, wouldn't it? I mean, wouldn't that be a super clean design? Now, how would you open it? I don't know. Maybe dumb studs would be good if you got rid of the front flipper. But this way, open, that's nice. It flows, doesn't it? That's really graceful. Really is. And there's your model number, by the way. It's a 1035 Alpha 3 there, good buddy. S35VN, titanium frame lock, front flipper, not just flipper. And look at that backspacer. It's like, why'd they stop there? I mean, why did they go the extra 3 nano inches or whatever? I mean, it's like, woo! That is all the way, isn't it? Kind of interesting how they went from flush to not flush here. And then you see a lanyard hole? No. And I don't know. I mean, if it needed something to keep it interesting, so I don't knock them for that. Would have been interesting if they would have just done a little swoop down cutaway on that backspacer and put a pin across there just for a lanyard to go through, kind of stealth looking. But okay. Yeah, right hand tip up only, machine titanium pocket clip, and it follows the line of the knife, doesn't it? So it's okay. It's okay. Maybe also acts as a little bit of an over travel, but I don't think you need that on this. It's centered. No blade player lock rock. 20? Can we go 20? I don't think I'm going to argue 25. I'm going to say it's 20. It's not a big, but technically, I mean, if something's been really scary, and it has to get really scary for me to get involved, but in trying to modify, but you can always take it apart, push this lock bar out to where you can get like your diamond stone or something on the face of this thing here, and then you can take material off of there and it'll migrate over. You got to watch, don't take too much, but you can migrate this over. So if you go, well, it's just too thin of a lockup, I can't do it. Well, you can change that, but you need to be careful when you do. But even a klutz like me has done that before and solved the problem, made it a little heavier lockup. Obviously, over time, it's going to wear here and it will migrate, but it may take some time, depending on how many knives you got, how often you're carrying, and how much fidget factor you're giving it. But this one, let me see. It's pretty quick over the detent. Drop is pretty good. I'm just trying to keep it from dropping on me. And so I tend to, when they don't have a flipper tab that hits you in the thumb when you disengage the blade, I tend to point it down a bit just to let it clear that detent ball like that. There you go. Because if you do this and you let it swing down, it might bite you. So I don't need to do that. I just kind of stay the hell away. Whoop, come on. Okay, there we go. Now, as a front flipper, front flippers are great for, I think, smaller knives. You know what I'm saying? But when you get to a sizable knife, I think they become a little bit more awkward and difficult. So this is about where I would start making my transition to. I wouldn't want it to be like 9.5 inch knife as a front flipper. I got an NOC knife that's 10 inches long. It's a front flipper, but I can also finger flick it real easy. So it's got multiple deployment methods. And so I don't use the front flipper. Here, you have no choice. So that's what you're going to do. It's not that heavy, but it's a sizable knife lengthwise, and so it's a stretch up there. See what I'm saying? Really, you're 4 inches to the base of that, and then you want to crawl up here. You're 3 3/4 all day long at 95, 96 millimeters, but you're almost 100 back here at the bottom, okay? And then 8.5 inches, and let me see if there's any more than that. I lost it. Okay, 8.5. Now that's right there. And 21.5 centimeters, a little bit over 21.5 centimeters. And I don't think it's very thick, and it's not. 0.47. So that's fairly slender in the hand for as long as it is. 12 millimeter and blade stock 3.8. At 0.15, I'm surprised the blade stock's that thick. Really what I've been seeing, 3.8, close to 4 millimeter blade stock. That's a little surprising to me because most of the stuff that's been rolling around, it's been like 3. It's even been under that, technically, like 2.7 to 3 to 3.2, and then I'll get surprised if it's 3.5. And like 3 or 4 years ago, it was no big deal that it was 4 millimeter, all day long for a lot of knives. But no, they've thinned out. Okay. Yeah, plunge looks pretty symmetrical. Grind is nice. Well, I wonder if it'll cut anything. Hold on, let me see. If I got a piece of paper rolling around here somewhere, like over here. Okay. Yeah, it's a decent factory edge. It's not scary sharp, okay? So, not scary, but it's about where most other knives are out of the factory. It's just always a joy to find one here and there that's I mean, scary sharp, like just the paper just falls away, before it even touches it down there. But no, this is all right. This is fairly fidget friendly. It's just you got to be a front flipper guy if you want this, okay? But I mean, I think the overall design is very attractive. It's very sleek. This is kind of interesting. You gotta, okay, yeah. And it kind of sets you back a little. I kind of feel like I'd like to be not here. See what I'm at? But I'd like to be a little further forward. But the way this is, I can't do that. So I don't know. I mean, if you got a big fat front finger, then maybe you're a little further forward. But me, I gotta be here. Now, if you're doing this or whatever, then it's comfortable. Yeah, reverse grip is good, and you got a good hold on you. Maybe even for striking if you need to here. Yeah. Let me see. Okay, so that's our, come on. That's our stop right there. Huh? Okay. And yeah, over travel stop, hardened steel insert. I'm sure it's probably ceramic bearings. Everything is fine on the knife from that perspective. And it may be, if it's a design that is attractive to you, that's why I got it. I like this design. I think it's very sleek. I think it's interesting. I'm surprised that blade stock is as thick as that. That's the most amazing part of this. Now, where does that put us as far as weight goes, though? No, about 125 grams. Let me see. We roll back around to ounces. 4.4. It's not very heavy. No, not considering the size of this knife. Got a nice little cutaway in here, so shouldn't be tough to strop and resharpen, put on your sharpening system. So I like that. Yeah, I think it shouldn't be tough. And you know what? Without the dumb studs, I love that. Dumb studs. I had never thought of that before. Dumb studs. I mean, they can get in the middle of your cutting chores, right? But this should be good, Yeah, I mean, take this to the steakhouse with you. I mean, you good, man. You good right there. Where do we go from here? Let me see. We got access to the front and the back. But you know what? Recently, I've been trying the front, and the back is the one that works. So let's try the back, and to hell with the front. And well, the front's spinning too. Is the front going to continue to spin? All right. You know what? Yeah, this pivot's a 9, not an 8. So, okay. Just an FYI. And let me see if these other screws, you know what? They're a 6. Weird. I would have thought they would have put 8s on the body if they're going to put a 9 for the pivot, but okay. Alrighty. And let's get that. There you go. The 3 body screws are out there. Presentation side. Okay. And okay, we got this. It's weight relieved. It's got big old ceramic bearings, and it's got a washer with the race running around. Here we go. Yeah. And so we're good there. And this is all presentation side. There's our stop. What else we got? We don't have a captured pivot. I mean, it's round, round, round. So put enough thread locker in there, it'll keep going round, 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 and it's not going to unscrew. Okay, so that, yeah, I think I would default to the captured pivot, but it's not. Here's your hardened steel insert, over travel stop, ceramic detent ball, and some light lube in there, and of course weight relieved in through here as well. So we've got both the front and the back with entryway, but it's not captured. It's no squared off parts. Although, you know, since you got an entryway on both the front and the back, I guess you're okay. I guess you're okay. I mean, you can hold it and get that popped, released. Naska. And it's blue. It's not a Tanto. And here she is. It's a sleek design, that's for sure. Full-size knife, but not that heavy. I like it. I like it. I like the concept of this Kansept. What do you think? New design, new model from Kansept, but if you want Tanto, you can do that as well. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. We do love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.